Today I've got for you a 30-minute butt and core workout. You don't need much. I'm using a mat. No, it's okay. Today we've got for you a 30-minute butt and core workout. You don't need much, just a baby. Just kidding, she just won't let me talk without in my arms right now. So I'm gonna use a mat. If you want one, you can use one, you don't have to. Also something for support in single leg movements. I'm Kori Boggs, lead trainer and wellness director at BeneFitness. Here at our channel, we are all things wellness and fitness. We like to provide exercise tips and tricks, workouts like this, also some nutritional tips and tricks to help you on your fitness journey. So check those out after class and let's jump right in. Let's get warmed up. We're just gonna move through our hips. Let's sit down on the ground. We did this last week. We're just gonna do some 90-90s before we start with our glute and hamstrings. We wanna make sure our hips stay open. So 90 degrees with the back leg, 90 degrees with the front leg. You're gonna nice and tall, put your hand on the outside of your front leg. You're gonna hinge over that front leg. And then both hands behind you, up and over, hinge over the front leg. So it's kind of like a modified pigeon. Up and over is moving through those hip joints, stretching through our glute. So making sure that we're pressing that knee down into the ground actively as we hinge over. And then up and over, move through those hips. Up and over. Good, let's go 2 more. Up and over. Just moving before we get started with our glutes work. Up and over. Good. All right, we're going to stand up now. We're just gonna hinge over. We're going to warm up our squat pattern, so hinge over, hands between those legs if you can. Squat, butt down to the ground. Push your heel through your heels, hips towards the sky. Butt towards the ground, push through the heels, hips towards the sky. Let's go down. Push, as you're doing this, when you're down in that squat, actively kind of push those elbows into those knees. Hips towards the sky. We'll go 2 more. Down to the ground, push through those knees. Hips to the sky. Last one. And all the way up. Roll it up. All right, so I'm gonna just show you, we're gonna do 6 movements. I'm gonna show you them, there's right and left. We're gonna go 45 seconds on with a 10-second transition. We'll start with, we're all gonna start on the ground. We're just gonna do a glute bridge. We've all done glute bridges. After 45 seconds, we're gonna hold it up. We're gonna walk it out, do hamstring walkouts, walk back in. 45 seconds, and then we'll rest. We're gonna do single leg glute bridge. We're gonna follow it out with the right. Then we'll do the same thing, single leg glute bridge, follow it out with the left. I'll talk you through it. Final 2, then we're gonna do our side leg raises. For 45, switch around, side leg raises to the left. I'll talk you all through it. I just wanted to briefly show you what it was. But we're gonna be on the ground for our first round of movements. So find a comfortable space with a mat that you can lay down on. And I'll talk us through our glute bridges. So everybody start on your back, heels about 1 inch or 2 from your fingertips, and we'll talk through. We're just gonna get warmed up for the glutes for the first 45 seconds. So everybody down on the ground, palms up, we'll talk you through it. You're gonna drive through your heels, push your hips towards the sky. As you lower down, make sure your ribs stay tucked down. When you drive up, make sure you're not using your low back to go as high as you can. Keep that pelvis rotated under, down and up. So we're doing this whole pattern that I know I rushed you through it, but I'll talk you through it in each one. 2 rounds, and then we'll move on. So really focus on squeeze at the top. We're just starting to turn on our butt. Don't just actively go through it. If you're feeling this too much in your quads, move your feet further away from your butt. If you feel it too much in your hamstrings, move your feet closer to your butt. So find out where you're feeling this right now. You should start feeling this in your booty. Keep those ribs down at the top. Make sure we're not overextending. In 3 seconds, we're gonna hold it up. Okay, hold it up. Start feeling that glute. As soon as the timer goes off, we're going to walk out with our heels as far as you feel comfortable. Walk it back in. Okay, you can have your arms at 90, or you can have them down on the ground. So we're walking out, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those glutes. Don't let that low back arch. Keep your ribs tucked in, walk it back in. You don't have to go to full extension in that walkout. You can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Find what you can do, maintaining activation in your glute and hamstrings. If you start feeling this in your low back, it's because you're arching through that low back, and instead of it keeping your ribs down, core is engaged, glutes engaged. Try not to, so our goal is to not feel this in our back should not be the main movement. Feel hamstring, glutes. I'm already burning out my booty and my hamstrings. Walk it out. All right, lower it down. We're gonna do single leg now. So you're going to keep your right leg planted, extend your left leg. When the timer goes up, you're gonna press up, and then you're gonna let that leg open up, close it, bring your hips down. Press up, so it's a single leg glute bridge. You're falling your left leg out, keeping your hips square. Close it, back down. Open, drive through that right. Open with the left, keep your hips square. Pull it in and lower the hips. Raise the hips up, squeeze the tush, open your left leg as far as you feel comfortable with your hips square. Close it, back down. Drive through that right heel to squeeze your right glute, open with the left, close it and down. This is a slow, controlled pattern. This is not supposed to be fast. If you just like open, your hips are gonna probably open all the way up, which we don't want. We wanna keep those hips square. And down, drive it up, open and close. Okay, so other side. So your left leg planted, your right leg is lifted. Again, you can have your palms up beside you. You can have your elbows at 90, whatever you would like. Okay, so you're going to drive through your left heel, lift the hips up, open through the right, close it, lower your hips. Drive up with the left, open to the right, let that leg fall out as far as you feel comfortable. Close it. When it falls out, you're gonna feel your inner thighs need to turn on to pull it back to center. Open and close it. Good. Keep those ribs down. This pelvis here is tucked under. So it's not about how high you get those hips. It's just about using your glute to raise those hips into off the ground so they're in full extension. Come on, keep it going. This is a controlled movement. Your hips are gonna wanna feel like they do funny things. All right, come up onto your left hand, your left knee. Open up your hips. So here, left hand, left knee. Start at 90 degrees and then just go higher. Okay, now we're gonna work that side of your hip. Good. You can flex your feet, have a big chest through here. Try to go higher. So find that point of tension and go higher than that. Don't go all the way down to the ground. Then you lose tension in your glutes. Go up, up. Come on, you've got it. Open up your chest. You can have your arm up towards the sky. Look straight forward. 15 seconds and we'll go to the other side. Come on, keep it going. Press those hips forward. Pulse it. You should be feeling this in your hips. Strong work. You have 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, switch it to the other side. Okay, so your right arm is planted, shoulder right over your wrist. Your right knee is planted. Now I'm opening up my hips. Start at 90 if you can. If you don't have this range of motion with your hips, if it's only about here and you can go, that's totally fine. Try to get, or you can go higher than me. Some people have really great hip mobility and motion and strength. Keep that foot flexed, hips forward. You can reach your arm nice and straight, so we have tall, long posture. 20 seconds. Think about core engagement. Up and down, pulse it. Come on, you have 15 seconds. We're doing the whole pattern again. 10, come on, keep it up, squeeze it. You can do it. We have 4, 2, 1. All right, on your back, starting with our glute bridge again. Just the basic glute bridge. Palms are up, heels are about 4 inches from your fingertips. When you press up, your knee should be about 90 degrees. So see here, mine are about 90 degrees. If you're in too close like this and you're down and up, you're only gonna feel this in your quads. If you're way out far like this, you're gonna feel it mostly in your hamstrings. So the goal is to be about 90 degrees. Find what works for you, down and up. Really just focus, sometimes I'll even close my eyes. Focus on squeezing through the tush, keeping my core engaged, almost like I'm gonna get punched in the gut. It's nice and strong, so I'm not using my low back. You have to focus on squeezing your glutes, especially if you're seated all day. We forget what our butt feels like to train our butt. It has to be strong. Drive those hips up. All right, now we're gonna do our walkout. So drive your hips up. Oh, you should have stayed holding, sorry. Hips up, and now we're gonna walk out when you feel, as far as you feel comfortable. Keeping those hips square. We're not moving fast. You can go all the way out into extension without letting your back or your butt hit the ground here, or you can just go out about 2 to 4 steps and back in. That was 2 steps for me, or if you want to go out 4, but do what you can, maintaining control of your body in this motion. Your butt never touches the ground. Keep those hips lifted, squeezing your tush. It should be up, come on. Keep it lifted. 8 seconds. Try to take the tension out of your neck and your shoulders. We want to focus on our bottom half. All right, lower it down. We're doing our single leg. Right leg stays planted. Extend your left leg straight out. We're going to do a single leg glute bridge with our right. Keeping your hips up. Open your left as far as you can. Close your left. Lower your hips. Raise your hips up, driving through your right heel. Open with the left, close with the left, and lower. Try not to let those hips dump. If you open so far and you notice your hips start rotating, don't go that far, please. You're not controlling your body properly. You want to just open as far as you can with control and lower. Drive with the right. Open, close, lower. Drive with the right up. Open with the left, close the left, and lower. Up, open, close, lower. Up, open, close, lower. You have 4 seconds. Up, open, close, lower. All right, switch legs. Try to keep, sometimes when I get just tired, I end up bringing my shoulders up. We start to feel tension up through here. Try to take away that tension from your upper body. Drive up with the left, right leg is straight, open, close, lower. Squeeze the left tush, open, close, lower. Really focus on that left side. You've got this. Up, open, close, lower. You can do this. Try not to overextend through the low back. Only go up as high as you feel you're using your glute. If you overextend, I'm way overextended here. That's all my back, not my butt. So keep those glutes engaged. You have 13 seconds. Really close your eyes and think about what you're supposed to be doing. Think about your glutes working. Think about your hips being square. Think about your core engaged. Stay focused right here. Good. All right, up on your left hand and left knee. So you can start with both hands down, and then I want you to take your hand up. So we're opening up our body, reaching towards the sky. Your back knee is bent at 90. Now your top foot is about 90 degrees from the floor, and then we're just going up higher. Try to keep your toes pointed forward. It's not about toes up. If you do start doing your toes up, you're gonna start feeling that more in your quad than you are in your side glutes. Up, up. Come on, folks, you've got this. Good, hips are forward, you have a big chest. Down and up, but not fully range of motion. We don't want to release all the way to the ground. You're gonna lose all the tension in your glutes. Keep it going, you have 10 seconds. Almost there, we have 5, 3, 2, good work. All right, other side, last one, and we'll go 6 more movements. Okay, big chest. Start with leg at 90 if you can, 90 to the, it's not 90 to the ground, I guess it's 90 to your body, perpendicular, parallel to the ground. Good, come on, up. Up, big, long spine from head all the way to your toes. Reach for the sky. Straight line from your fingertips to your fingertips. 20 seconds. Pulse it, pulse it, pulse it. Come on, you can do it. Flex that foot. Toes are pointed forward. 13 seconds. 8. You can do it. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew, good job. Pay attention, I'm gonna show you the next. It's actually only 3 movements, but we're doing right and left sides. 3 movements. Find a place that you can have a little bit of balance if you want. I'm gonna again use this like last time. We're gonna do our single leg deadlifts, all on one side. So we'll do our single leg hinge back, drive all the way in. If you want to use balance, you can. You don't have to, keeping your hips square. Then exercise 2, we're just gonna hinge over. We're gonna stay in that hinge position, kick back, knee to knee, knee to knee. From there, we're gonna do a B stance squat. I'll turn so you can see this. So here, the leg that was raising the lower is gonna come to the tiptoe, and we're just gonna do a squat on that planted leg the whole time. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side, 2 rounds, okay? So everybody, let's start with our left leg planted. Left leg planted, we're doing a single leg deadlift. So you're gonna keep your hips square. You're going to reach out. If you're using something for balance, you can get nice and close. Kick back, pull it in. So we're hinging, your hips stay square. Think about your inner thighs zipping towards one another. When they're in this position, you wanna make sure that you're not opening up, hips are square, pull it in. If you don't want to use any balance, you don't have to. Let me turn this way. You can just extend, pull it in. Extend, pull it in. It's up to you what you wanna do. No harm in using balance. We wanna make sure though that your hips are always square. You're hinging back. Ooh, almost knocked over, went nice and slow. Pull all the way in. And that extension. All right, so now we're gonna stay in that hinged over position. You can use balance if you want. So we're hinging over, my weight is in my right, I have a soft left knee. Weight in my left, soft left knee. We're gonna kick back, knee to knee. Kick back, knee to knee. Just a kick, knee. Kick, knee. So that planted leg, you're gonna feel it. That the right side that's kicking, yeah, you wanna think about squeezing your glute. It's not gonna get overly fatigued. If you're doing it without something to hold on to, it's gonna feel more of a challenge because you're really working the stabilizing muscles in your glutes. If you use something to hold on to and we kind of take a lot of load off, you're not gonna feel it quite as much because you're using the assistance of putting your weight over and not stabilizing. It's up to you. If you're wobbling though too much, please put your hands on something to help keep you stable. Keep it going, keep kicking it back. Almost there. All right, so still your left leg is the one doing the work. I'm gonna turn towards me so you can see. So put your right foot in line with your left heel. You're on your tiptoe, hands at heart center, and squat. So your weight is still in that left side. My right foot is in line with my left heel, and I'm squatting. So my weight is in this left side, down and up. Come on. Don't put much weight on this right toe, just a little bit to help you stay balanced. Come on, down and up. Sit into the heel of the left leg. Sit into that heel. It's gonna work your bum a little bit more. We don't wanna shift our weight forward. Then we're gonna get into our knees and our quads. Sit back into your heel. Almost there, we have 10 seconds, so we're doing everything on the right side. Come on, knock it out. Good form every time. Every squat, perfect form. All right, now we have our right leg planted with our single leg deadlifts. So again, no balance or balance. If you use no balance, extend. Think about reaching both directions. It's not about reaching up. It's about reaching in opposite directions. Pull it in. Reach, pull it in. Stay stable. When you're in the extended position, think about your inner thighs zipping towards one another. It's gonna kind of turn those hips so they're square. Pull it in. Or another way to think about it is keeping your pinky toe of your left foot pointed towards the ground. Kind of like the activation of the inner thighs kind of magnetizing towards each other. It helps keep everything lined up. Reach, pull it in. Should be feeling this in your left side. You can use balance if you want. Put your hand on the wall, the hand on a chair. All right, so now we're gonna stay hinged over. Hinge over, soft right knee. You're just gonna kick straight back. Squeeze that left tush, knee to knee, kick back, knee to knee, kick and kick. Balancer, use support or no support, it's up to you. Kick back, pull it in. Draw your belly in. Your navel is reaching for the back side of your spine. Stay strong, it's gonna help protect your low back if you keep your core solid. Ooh, a little wobbly. Make sure your big toe, little toe heels are pushing firmly into the ground, all 3 points of contact. It's almost like you're gripping the floor with your whole foot and you have a slight elevation of your arch. Almost there, and we're doing our V-stance squats. All right, so your weight is in your right leg. Line up your left toes with your left heel. Your left toes with your right heel, and then I go out to my squat. Slightly wider than squat, my weight is over my right side. And we're squatting, hands at heart center. You can push them together if you would like. Down and up, put your weight in your right heel. Sit back, Make sure, so I'm here lined up, I'm sitting into my heel. I'm not just putting my weight forward into my knee, okay? So sit back into your heel, sit back. This is gonna be more glute dominant. Sit back, 18 seconds. Come on, you can do it. Strong torso. We are focusing on that burn. Don't stop, you have 8 seconds, and we'll do everything one more time. Go back to the left side. 3, 2, 1. All right, left leg. We're doing our single leg deadlifts. Whatever you felt comfortable with doing, try to challenge yourself a little more. Maybe do a couple without support, or support the whole time, or no support the whole time. Okay, reach your right leg back, pull everything in. Remember the cue with your inner thighs magnetized towards one another, even though they're extending in opposite directions. It's gonna keep those hips square. You're gonna really feel that more in your left glute, your left hip capsule. Nice stretch through that left hamstring. Big toe, little toe heels, pushing into the ground, folks. Gripping that floor with your foot. You should have a slight elevation of the arch. If you feel like you're losing balance, it's probably because your arch keeps dumping in. You wanna keep your weight in all those 3 points of contact. All right, we're gonna hinge over. We're gonna do knee to knee. So if you're not tired and you wanna hinge and stay started in that position, ready, and kick, pull in, kick. As you kick, squeeze the right glute to kick back. That left leg, the left glute is firing up because it's stabilizing you. You can use support if you want. By all means, please do. Good, kick. When you kick, squeeze the right glute. Keep your core engaged by drawing your belly in as you kick back, so we're not over kicking, especially if you're using support and you're kicking. A lot of people end up arching like so, which you don't want to do. You just want to kick straight back and in, back and in. The name of the game is not how high that foot can go. Almost there. And we're doing our squats. All right, left foot is planted. Right toes are lined up with your left heels. Hands at heart center. Actively push those hands together. That way we're slightly engaging our lats because we're driving our elbows down. We're engaging our chest because we're pushing together. But then obviously we're working our lower half. Sit back into that heel. Sit back and back. Focus on sitting. So it's still slight of a hinge pattern, even though we're saying we're squatting. We're still hinging back slightly to activate more the back side of our body rather than our quads. You have 13 seconds. We're doing everything on the right side. 8. Come on, you can do it. Get after it. Perfect squats every time. Tiptoe of the right leg. All right, shift to your right. Now we're doing our right side, and we're finishing up with core. You've got this. Okay, we're doing our single legs. We've been practicing. Get it done, do it well. Focus on good form. Reach, zip those inner thighs together. Think about having a long upper body too. We end up reaching, sometimes we round through that back. Think about having a nice long spine. I often, even though I'm reaching out, I try to engage shoulder blades down as I reach. Back engagement, zip those inner thighs together. Big toe, little toe heel. Firmly planted into that ground. Hips are square, like headlights. Always pointing straight to the ground and then straight forward. To the ground and forward. All right, we're gonna hinge over. Sometimes I do this too so I can feel like, okay, are they straight? Are they straight? Even when I'm hinging over, they're gonna stay straight. I'm gonna kick back and in, kick back. Squeeze that left tush as you kick back. Right tush is firing up to keep you stable. Think about your foot placement. Pushing into the ground, all 3 points of contact. Be mindful of that ankle, the right ankle not dumping inward. You want strong foot. A lot of people might, if you're doing it without support, your ankle and your foot might be firing up, and that is 100% okay because it is working to keep you stable as well as your glute. That's probably your weaker area then. Kick back, kick back. Almost there, we have one more movement. All right, B-stance squat. So your left toes lined up with your right heel, slightly wider than hip width distance, hands at heart center, and squat. Down and up, push your hands together. Sit back, weight is in your right heel, tip toes of your left, just for stability. Good, 30 seconds, down and up. Get it, get it. Come on. Really focus, I'm closing my eyes. Sometimes it helps you to engage the muscles. If you're not focused on staring at something, you're focused on the movements at work, the muscles at work. Proper movement. 10 seconds. Good. Almost there. We have 5. We're working our core in 2, 1. All right, we're gonna be on the ground. If you have, I should have told you earlier, if you have a mat or something, that would be great. So we're gonna start, I'll show you the movements. We're gonna start with a square plank with a square mountain climber, kind of funny. So I'll talk you through it. We pull your right knee to your right wrist, to your right tricep, left wrist, center, and switch. So I'll talk us through. So we're just making a square with our knee back out. First exercise, second exercise, we're gonna come star abs, arms and legs out. You're gonna reach your right hand to your left foot, back down, left hand to right foot. Third one, we're gonna come to our side plank. We're just gonna do a side plank, reach and pull. We'll go left to right. Final one, we're gonna roll like a ball. So it's kind of like a boat pose, palms up. We're gonna open, I'll talk you through this, and close. Open and close, okay? 2 times, all those exercises. So everybody start in your straight arm plank position for me, and I will talk us through it as we do it. So get down on the ground, straight arm plank, please. We're doing these for only 30 seconds though, with a 10-second transition. No way, oh there it is. Whoops, wrong one. All right, in 5, plank position, straight arm plank position. So your right knee is gonna go to your right wrist. Right knee to right wrist, right knee to right tricep, to left tricep, left wrist, return. Then left foot goes to left wrist, left tricep, right wrist, back to center, return. So wrist, tricep, wrist, return. Wrist, tricep, wrist, and return. It's hard to say it all at the same time. We'll do that one again. Sorry, it's hard to talk you through it. Okay, now we're going to go on our back, star abs. Arms and legs out. You're gonna reach your right to your left. All the way up, right to your left, back down, left to right, back down. Keep your back nice and flat, and reach, and down. When you extend down, make sure that we're not losing control on our back arching at the bottom. Keep those ribs down, so you just actively keep my ribs down and up, down and up. If that's too much of a challenge, you can just raise opposites without that upper body coming off the ground. That's fine too. Get up and down. It's only 30 seconds. Okay, side plank. We're gonna get into a forearm side plank. We're gonna raise both hips off the ground. Extend your arm overhead, big chest. Actively pull elbow to your side. Extend, pull, extend, pull. Almost like we're doing a little lat pull down. If this feels too easy for you and you're a side plank professional, raise your leg up, do the same thing. You're gonna work your glutes more too. You can do it, 8 seconds. Last few movements of the day in 4, 3, 2, 1. Great, other side, flip it around. So get up, hips are forward, arm is reached, nice long side body. It's kind of like a side body stretch. And then with the activation through your lat to pull, reach, pull. If you want to raise your leg up, reach and pull. 20 seconds. Nice long spine. Don't look up, don't look down. Your neck needs to be very neutral. 10 seconds. You want to keep those hips lifted. Leg up if you want or not, it's up to you. 4 seconds, and we're doing everything in. And we have 1 more, and then everything again. All right, so toes up, sit back into a point you feel tension in your torso, palms together. This is a slow controlled motion. As you open up, rotate your palms up, thumbs come behind you. You don't want to roll backwards and then bring them together. If you're too far back and you notice like, oh man, my hands are coming back, you may roll backwards, which is not the goal. We want to stay strong in that torso. Ribs down, open, close. Keep those heels together, knees together, open, thumbs come behind you. Pinch your shoulder blades together, pinch, pinch, pinch. Close them, open, pinch, 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 and close. Good, all right, we're gonna do them all again. So plank position, remember, just think wrist, elbow, or wrist, tricep, tricep, wrist, and then back. So making a square with that knee. So wrist, tricep, tricep, wrist, wrist, return. 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 Wrist, tricep, wrist, 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 return. Wrist, tricep, tricep, wrist, wrist, return. Woo! All right, on your back, last few movements. Start abs. Tuck your ribs down here. Keep that core engagement. Don't just let your back get lax and arch here. Up and touch your toe, back down. Up and touch your toe, back down. Try not to use too much momentum. I mean, if you need to, obviously you can, but don't just cheat yourself because you're trying to get a ton of reps in to use momentum. Really focus on core strength to lift up, leading with the chest. You're not rounding your shoulders forward. Almost there. All right, side plank. Forearm side plank. If you weren't fully fatigued at the end of the 30 seconds in this one, please try to raise your leg up. If you were overly fatigued, bend your bottom leg at 90 degrees and do the pattern. Okay, those are your options. Reach and pull, reach and pull. Good. Almost there. Stay focused, stay strong, 10 seconds. Big chest. We have 5, and 3, 2, 1. All right, other side. So we're reaching up. You know what level you can do. If you want to lift your leg, and pull. Reach, pull, reach, and pull. Good. Nice long spine. Don't jut your head forward. Don't look above. Keep punching my refrigerator. It's gonna reach a little bit. Pull. Nice long side body. We have one more after this. We're doing our roll like a ball, or roll into a ball. We're not like a ball because we're not rolling. We're staying in a ball almost. 2, 1. All right. Feet on the floor, knees together, palms together. Lean back into a point where you feel tension through your torso. Then that opening up of your arms, lead with palms up, thumbs come behind you. Pinch those shoulder blades together and close. Sometimes what happens is people, as they open, they bring their body forward. Don't bring your body forward. Stay in that tension here with your pelvis tucked under, kind of opening. Then we're rolling like a ball. Open and close. Open, pinch shoulder blades, close. Open. Keep those ribs tucked down. You're gonna feel it, especially when those arms come behind you. 3, 2, 1, and done. Good work, folks. Hopefully you got a little bit of a burn in your core and your butt. Sorry that went a few minutes over. Didn't realize that. Hopefully you guys missed anything. Thanks for working out with me. I'm sorry she wasn't in it. Someday she'll be in it with us. Remember to subscribe to our channel. Like this video if you did. Leave comments. We love to hear from you. And we'll see you next time.